When my dad and I first decided to start a garden, we had a simple idea in mind. We wanted to grow our own vegetables, enjoy fresh produce, and create something together from the ground up. At the time, we had no idea just how much the garden would change in such a short period of time. Back in April, this entire area looked completely different. The garden beds were mostly empty. There were no flowers, no thick greenery, and no signs of the thriving garden you see today. All we had was a vision, some soil, a few seeds, and a lot of determination. Instead of buying fully grown plants, we decided to start with seedlings that we grew ourselves. Every seed was planted by hand. We prepared our own soil, mixed in fertilizer, and carefully set up the garden beds. At first, everything looked plain and bare. Looking across the beds, it was hard to imagine them ever being full of life. The first few weeks required patience. The seedlings were tiny, fragile, and easy to overlook. Every day we would check on them, water them, and hope they would continue growing. Some days there didn't seem to be much change at all. But beneath the surface, the roots were developing, and the plants were slowly establishing themselves. As the days passed, the first signs of growth started to appear. Small green shoots emerged from the soil and began reaching toward the sunlight. One by one, the seedlings germinated and started to grow stronger. What had once been empty garden beds slowly began filling with patches of green. Then something amazing happened. The gardens seemed to come alive. Week after week, the plants grew larger and healthier. The empty spaces started disappearing as leaves spread across the beds. The garden transformed from a patch of soil into a lush green landscape filled with life. Within only 2 months, the growth was incredible. The transformation exceeded all of our expectations. Plants that once fit in the palm of our hands had become large, productive crops taking up entire sections of the garden. Soon, we were growing a huge variety of vegetables. Lettuce flourished with bright green leaves. Tomatoes grew taller and stronger each week. Eggplants developed healthy foliage, while parsley and cabbage filled their own sections of the beds. Everywhere we looked, something was growing. In total, we ended up growing more than 20 different types of vegetables throughout the garden. Every corner seemed to have something new developing. It became exciting to walk through the beds each day and discover how much everything had changed overnight. The climbing plants were some of the most impressive. The beans, cucumbers, and peas quickly stretched upward, grabbing onto the sides of the garden beds and supports. They climbed higher and higher, creating walls of green that completely changed the appearance of the garden. Before long, flowers began appearing. Then came the fruits. Cucumbers started forming along the vines. Bean pods hung from the climbing plants. Peas filled out their vines, and the garden became more productive with each passing week. What makes this transformation even more special is knowing where it started. Looking back at the before pictures from April, it's hard to believe this is the same garden. What was once empty, quiet, and undeveloped is now overflowing with vegetables and greenery. This project wasn't just about growing food. It was about learning, being patient, and spending time together. Every seed planted represented a small investment of hope. Every new leaf and every harvest felt like a reward for the effort we put in. There were moments when progress seemed slow, but nature has a way of surprising you. Given enough time, care, and attention, even the smallest seedlings can grow into something incredible. Now, just 2 months later, the garden is thriving. The beds are full, the climbing plants have taken over their supports, and fresh vegetables are growing everywhere we look. What started as a simple idea between my dad and me has become a productive and beautiful garden that we're proud of. This transformation shows that you don't need a perfect starting point. You don't need a garden full of mature plants. Sometimes all you need is a handful of seeds, some patience, and the willingness to put in the work. And this is only the beginning. As the garden continues to grow, we're excited to see what the next few months will bring.